Hello, I'm Rico Cavella. Welcome to this episode of the American Wellness Revolution, where it's all about how we can transform our serious American health crisis. So, thank you for being here and thank you for supporting this critical cause. So, my co-host and I, John Jew, say hello, John.
Hello, Rico. Hello, everybody.
So we have teamed up to get this message and this important information out to as many people as possible. As you may know, we have a serious health crisis in America, especially for our elders. But we are one of the most unhealthiest countries in the world where we're over medicated, we're overfed with processed food, we're overstressed, uh, and, and, and we're not even ranked in the top 20 for longevity among the industrial nations. So we got some serious health problems that we need to be addressed. And to compound this problem, we also have a serious issue with our health care, or with our health insurance. So many people can't afford health insurance, and so many people don't even have health insurance. So I mean, how is that right? In America, we're one of the most wealthiest, technologically advanced countries in the world, and yet we don't have affordable health care for all of our citizens. That that's a thing that we seriously need to address. So I also want you to know that this show is not only for people 60 plus, say, that are struggling with their aging, with chronic illness, but it's for anybody who so maybe your parents, you're concerned about your parents aging, and also when it comes to the health insurance issue, uh, this is a this is a serious issue for people of all ages. So, but we've got some good news. We have some proven solutions for for both of these issues. So first, just real briefly, I want to let you know that we now know that it's our unhealthy lifestyle that is causing all this chronic illness and people to become old and sick and dying way too young. But that is really good news because you can change your lifestyle. You know, we have created what's called the ageless living lifestyle. It's a proven mind, body, and spiritual wellness system that we know works. I've been teaching this and living this and developing it for over 40 years. So we know that people can do it and have great success, and we know that you can do it as well. So that's good news. You can just make some basic changes to your lifestyle, and you won't have to worry about all this chronic illnesses and dying way too young. And on the other hand, we also have we're not just telling you that this is what you need to do, but we've got some coaching programs available for you. So we want you to know that we're here for you, and we have the information, and we'd love to help you get going on the right track. So I just want to say that coaching is known to be the surest and fastest way to achieve your any goals, including wellness goals. So we'd love to help you. So we'll leave some information how you can find out more about how we can work together to get you going on the right track. Okay, so here's two things we recommend you do. First, go to agelesslivinglifestyle.com and take our aging assessment. And if you don't like the results, you can book a call right there with me, and we'll just have a friendly conversation, and we'll discuss what health or fitness or nutrition or whatever challenges you may be having, and I'll give you some quick and easy solutions and get you going on the right track. Okay, now on the good news for the health insurance, my co-host John Jew, he's the expert on this. So today we've got a series of questions that are critical to understand and to answer, and John's going to give you his input on all these. So you ready to go, John?
I am, Rico. I am. I'm very ready to go.
Okay. So number one question I want you to expound on is what is the biggest health challenge facing our communities today?
Yeah, that's very apparent right now. It is urgently needed to face this biggest health challenge we have right now, and it's because it's the main reason why our government is shut down. This is really a bipartisan issue, but our government is shut down because of our health care. That is, it's plain and simple. We cannot decide how to take care of our people, and we're not doing a very good job. So, really, the rising cost of healthcare and access to quality services continue to be significant barriers, leading to worsening health outcomes, especially for vulnerable populations.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I get it. It's just hard to imagine, why we don't have affordable health care for all of its citizens. I mean, how can that not be one of the first things that our government should be working on and setting up for people? I mean, that's what they're there for, to serve all of the people, not just who lobbies them and pays them money. So, yeah, we have a serious problem with our government as well. So that's why we have to get this information out there, and people have to demand, uh, because a lot of less wealthy countries in the world have affordable health care for all their citizens, right?
Yeah, and what I'd like to do is expound on what you just said, Rico, is that, and I like to get down to fundamentals. And what the fundamental here is that we're talking about, it's a profit model versus a nonprofit model. The
Mhm.
nonprofit model is really into help the community, into helping the community as far as the people are concerned. People helping people is what that does, because you get rid of the profit model. In our sick care system, and that includes insurance, includes our billing procedures, includes our healthcare, the way we take care of our healthcare and our surgeries, and all the entire gamut of healthcare is a profit model,
Mhm.
and that's a big problem, because that's where we see greed take over. That's where we see not sharing all that profit with the people. All it does is it goes right down to the shareholders and the administration. That's where that money is going, and that's, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, I just want to add to that is, mainstream insurance companies, they're in it to make a big profit. And if they think that you're not a very good risk, or all different kind of, if you're in an earthquake zone or a flood zone, and they think they're going to lose money, they won't insure you. So again, we have to change from this profit model to a nonprofit model. That's exactly right. Okay, so number two question then is how does community engagement play a role in improving our public health?
Well, Rico, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Is that we are social beings, and our lifestyle medicine teaches you that we're all in this together, about really collaborating, connecting with each other in such a way that we support each other. And in this case, it's the most important thing that we have, and that's our health. Engaging communities fosters collaboration, it builds trust, and empowers individuals to take charge of their health, leading to more sustainable health solutions.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, that's why we're doing this, John. We got to let people know that they have to take responsibility. Everybody has to uh, realize that if you're dependent on the government or, our medical system, our healthcare system, it's this crisis is going to continue. So it's up to people to realize that they got to stand up and get involved with other people, like we're going to talk about, in the systems that we have to offer people. That's the only thing that's going to change it. So that's the message that we want you to understand. All right. So, well, again, I mean, just talk a little bit more. Why is this current healthcare system failing so many Americans?
Yeah, again, it's as simple as profit model is really, profit comes first. And we tell it like it is here. And we tell the truth. And what's happening right now is the truth, that profit is over people. And the whole idea of our healthcare system, it wants to take us down a path of not only taking care of the business model, profit, but it also keeps you unhealthy. It keeps you in a state of unwellness, where you can continue to get surgeries, where you can continue to get the care that is profitable for the healthcare system, like pharmaceuticals,
Mhm.
like medications, where that is the third leading cause of death right now in the United States, which is unbelievable. Is you have the very first thing is heart disease, and then cancer, and then the third, and people don't know this, but it used to be sixth, fifth, and now it's third leading cause of death, is all the side effects, all the medications we're taking. who knows if we get sued for that one, Rico? But it's the truth.
Good
The
luck.
profit, yeah, the profit-driven model prioritizes financial gain over patient care, neglecting the needs of those who are most in need of support and resources.
Well, again, as you said, we have a sick care system. What we need is a preventive medicine, a lifestyle medicine type of a system that teaches people, first of all, how to stay healthy, how to prevent. you know our congressmen, our politicians, they're always debating, how we're going to pay for all this health care. Well, why don't we just, debate how we can not needing so much of this health care? And again, as you mentioned too, big pharma and big medical conglomerates, the American Medical Association and hospitals. Again, they're in it for a profit. So what they do is, as you mentioned, they do drugs, they do surgeries, and those things are highly profit. They don't offer lifestyle medicine, things that you can do that they can't make a whole lot of money on it. So we have a real broken system. So we need a system that teaches people how to be healthy in the first place, so you can avoid a lot of these things. And then we need, like as you say, we need affordable health care that people can afford it when they do need, certain medical procedures.
Right. And I just want to add on to what you just said too, Rico, is that an added side effect, if you want to call it a side effect that is so important, is quality of life. If we can give somebody quality of life, have them cost a lot less, and not go to all that profit, then that's what it's all about. It really is the quality of your life, and the life that you can lead in a happy way where you can actually fulfill your purpose in life instead of worrying about your health all the time by going into a system that is not doing us one bit of good. It's taking us down the wrong path.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about the role that mental health plays in our overall community health.
Yeah, mental health is key to everything we do. And when we get situations like, and you know these numbers really well, Rico, is like when we're 85 years old, 50% of us will have either Alzheimer's or some kind of dementia that is really debilitating, and that affects everybody, and it also affects the elder who is going through that. And what will happen is eventually they will go into nursing facilities. I mean, we can paint a picture that is so typical that's happening right now today that can be prevented. So what role does the mental health play? Mental health is crucial for overall well-being. Addressing it can lead to healthier communities, reduced stigma, and better outcomes in physical health.
Yeah. Well, also, let's talk about. I know how you're really big on. We need to change our mindset about what's possible, and so that I call that part of mental health. Is how you're thinking, and what you're believing, and what you're going along with. That's mental health. So talk about how we need to have this mindset shift not among everybody in the population and the people who are in control of our healthcare.
Yeah, and what that is because of our healthcare system and where people are thinking, that mindset shift is as simple as we age. I'd say 95% of our population thinks as we age, it's only going to get worse. We're going to only
Yeah,
get more chronic disease. We're only going to get more pain and suffering. We're going to get more and more of things that are not in our best interest, and more medications. And what's going to happen there is a mindset shift needs to take place. Is that mindset shift is saying, instead of getting worse, we can actually get better, and that's where we come in. We can change people's mindset to the point where, with your great coaching and the programs that you have to offer, is just having that awareness, number one, of who you are as a person as far as aging and health goes. And you have answers for that through your coaching programs, because we can really give people a better idea of their mental functional capabilities in such a way that, yeah, they can actually get better.
yeah, we're so much more powerful than we're led to believe, and that we're told that we are. So that's exactly it. So that's also a big part of the message that we have for you, is that you can do this, and you can step up and take responsibility for your health, and you need to, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And that's why we're here to help you, and we have programs that can we guarantee you'll get you the results. So this is a whole community thing. Everybody needs to come together and support each other in all these areas, and we can do this. We can change this American wellness crisis. So that's why we call it the American Wellness Revolution. We need to revolutionize how we're thinking about our health and how we're dealing with it and how we're creating it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let
So
me add a little bit more onto that too, Rico,
sure.
because this is a topic that, people have to wake up. They have to understand. They have to be aware that we are in a system that is not in their best interest, and there are other ways of doing things. So we're going to get, as time goes on here, and we can do it right now, is we're going to be disruptive about what we have to offer, because what we have to offer is not the norm. And the norm is 95%, or whatever number you want to use. It's over 90. Is as we age, people are just going to get worse, and they think that's the way it happens. So, we'll really get some good information to people here if they want to open up their minds and accept that there is a better way.
Yeah. Well said, John. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about what are some of the effective ways to educate communities about the health resources and possibilities for them.
Okay. Yeah. And what we can do is we can utilize local workshops, social media campaigns, and partnerships with community organizations that can effectively disseminate information and resources. It's all about educating our people and in the communities, and having them understand that there is a better way.
Yeah. All right. So I hope we've got you convinced. That this is a serious health crisis that we all need to take responsibility for and attend. So John, tell them about the new system that you want to let people know about, the impact health sharing, how that works, and how there is a big solution to this health insurance crisis.
Absolutely. And it's the solution is right now. And why our government is shut down, if we could use impact health sharing on a global, well, let's just scale it to the US and Canada. And once that happens, right now we've got about 20,000 members who are involved in this nonprofit. They've been around for 5 years, and they have worked the technology part of it. It's just like the early stages of Uber or like Airbnb. Those companies actually, because of technology, came up with new industries that were not known without this technology. And that's exactly what impact health sharing is doing. Is we are 100% transparent. We account for every dime that goes in, and every dime that goes in is really for the community. It's spread out to take care of hospital bills, to take care of everything that the providers have charged us. We have renegotiated the fair market value of those pricing, and it works really, really well. And all that money is returned to the community to help each other.
Yeah, well, for someone, we've been talking about this in some of our earlier shows, but just expand a little bit more, tell a little bit more about people who have never heard of impact health sharing, exactly what it is, and how they can get involved and all that, how they can learn more.
Sure, how they can learn more. Um, we will have links to that to learn more, but it's an awareness thing. Is to know that impact health sharing is the answer, because what it's all about, it's not health insurance. And unfortunately, what's going to be happening here very, very soon, and it's already been announced, 18 to 20% increases in our current healthcare insurance. And then when the subsidies from Obamacare, call it Affordable Care Act, those subsidies will be taken away. Everybody has been paying into this system. Our government taxes have been going towards paying for health insurance. That's already a wasteful, over the top system that is really accounts for $4 trillion of costs right there. And what we're doing right now is we're looking at such a more efficient way of doing this. And how can people learn more about improving their attitudes about what we've got, and knowing that they can open their minds to something that really works, and the time is now. So just stay with us. We will give you as much information as we possibly can. We'll have links at the end of the show, at the notes. All that will be accessible to you.
But before we close on this show, and again, I just want you to make it a little bit clear for people. When you say it's not really health insurance, but let people know that they will, when they do need some medical procedures, it's going to be covered. It's going to be paid for by IH. I talk a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, the way that works is that I'll give you a great example. There could be a surgery that somebody, and I'll just pick a random number. $25,000 is a typical bill for a surgery. Usually they're a lot. They can be a lot higher, just depending on what that surgery is. That $25,000 is what the hospital will charge the patient, knowing that that is an inflated price, and the actual fair market value that's been negotiated by Impact Health Sharing, because Impact Health Sharing has a 2 week, because of our technology, we pay the hospital in within 2 weeks of whatever that bill is on the fair market value of that particular surgery. And that $25,000 surgery is actually, when you really negotiate what is the fair market value for both everybody, it gets down to about $5,000. I mean, how inflated
Yeah,
is that?
yeah.
That's crazy. And then what happens here is Impact Health Sharing will pay the depending on your program, but they pay 90% of it once you meet your deductible. It works just like insurance, only better. Every time we do something that is very insurance related, we actually do it better. We do it another couple of steps beyond that. And as you learn more from us and from what you learn about Impact Health Sharing, you're going to find out that that really is why profit is taken out and where it gets returned to the people. So it's going to be, it gets better and better the more you learn.
Yeah, that's great, John. Okay, so yeah, here in the show descriptions, we have two links for you. One where you can, there's a nice video that really gives you some great information about what it's all about. So we highly recommend you go there and check out that short video. And then step number two, there's also a link where you can actually go and just get a free quote and just see what it's all about. There's no obligation. You just go and see how much money you can save on what you're currently paying. So I think you're going to really want to explore that as well.
Rico, I'd like to just interject real quickly here what I did this past week with our government agency here in Sacramento, California.
Hmm.
What I did was I introduced to the mayor and to his city and to the city council people what this program of Impact Health Sharing is and what it means to our business owners who actually have um, health insurance for their employees.
Hmm.
And what's going to happen here, the way it's going right now with our present system, is we're not only going to be losing healthcare insurance for those employees because it's going to be unaffordable. It's going to be unaffordable for so many on the edge of right now just keeping their businesses alive, and
Hmm.
be and they want to give the biggest benefit to their employees, and that is providing health care. And usually the employee will have to put in some of that money too. What's going to happen now with Impact Health Sharing is I introduce it to them, and they're learning. The city of Sacramento is learning what this is about. Is not only are they going to be giving me business owners, and they will give it out the word too, but these business owners will be able to actually, with the savings that they will get, actually provide insurance health benefits to employees that they might not have been able to do because they can afford it now.
Yeah, that's so good. Good work, John. All right. All right. So I think that's going to wrap up this show. So again, we hope you got some good information. And like how I like to end all my interviews when I interview people is that we always offer some great information and some wisdom and some good ideas for you, but you got to take action on them. So knowledge without action is useless. So check out and learn more about Impact Health Sharing, and also check out how we can help you get your personalized wellness program going so you don't have to worry about becoming old and sick and dying way too young. So thanks very much for being here, and let everybody know about the American wellness revolution is alive and well, and we're going to make it happen. So, any last words, John?
Yeah, I just want to say, wake up, America. Just open your mind up that there is a better way, that we don't have to be sick, tired, and unhealthy.
Very good. All right. We'll see you next time.